Hi guys, I'm Garen.
I'm JD.
And this is Investigating Comic Club, where we chronologically read, review, discuss, and rate specific crucial stories of the medium.
Indeed, and we hope that you guys will subscribe to become Misfit members of Comic Club yourselves. Share your own opinions in the comments below. Stick around till after our conversation for our episodic comic quality poll, and after the Misfit Picture Show's logo for any potential bloopers that the episode could provide. Mr. Garen?
Yes.
Here we are. We're doing X-Men issue 5 by Jonathan Hickman, and R.B. Silva and Marte Gracia return from, I don't remember if it was House of X or Powers of 10, but one of them.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
What happened in issue 4?
Issue 4 was the horticulturals. The plant people. No. That was issue 3. Issue 4 was the meeting with Apocalypse, Professor X, and Magneto.
The dang meeting for that entire issue.
That's right.
Don't mess with the X-Men.
Don't
Because there was that
mess
whole thing going on in the background,
with
right?
the
Where
X-Men.
they had the meeting, but then there was also like the
Cyclops,
the fightings
and Gorgon.
Yes, that's
amputated
right.
people's arms and legs.
See, this issue makes me feel kind of like a cheat, as far as, because, and it's a different company, but when I think of Doomsday Clock stuff and how long they had to wait for each one of those issues we've waited a month and a half since between issues for 4 and 5, and I'm over here like, what the hell? What's going on? I don't care anymore. That was my initial reaction.
Yeah.
But reading it and then getting into it and seeing like, oh, it's these OG names. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's just enough for me to go, what is going on? More tech pages, Powers and House all over again. But it's still where it's like, okay, no, if it's here, Hickman wrote it.
Yeah.
There's something in here.
It's really, I agree. I had to remind myself that I trust Hickman.
Yep.
That he has earned my trust through the House of X and Powers of X. This is issue 5, and admittedly, X-Men has not been anything compared to the House of X and Powers of X.
Yeah.
But it's still been of a quality.
Yeah.
The problem I'm feeling is that issue 1 introduced Serafina. Do you remember?
Yes.
We thought that she had a really cool design.
Yep. Or
It's
issue 1, right?
Issue 1 of X-Men.
Yep.
It's only been 4 issues since that.
Yeah.
But because Dawn of X was advertised as being a continuing story, it's been kind of 30 issues since issue 1. And now it's clear that the Dawn of X titles is not an ongoing story.
Yeah.
That Hickman is, if you just read Hickman's, you will be safe.
Yeah.
And if we were just reading the Hickmans, it wouldn't feel like, how many years ago did that issue come out?
Yeah. No, it's true. If we were, it would feel exactly. Because even me looking at issue 1 again of X-Men and seeing how it ends with her, with the crystal, with the...
Right.
That's how that ends.
Right.
And if you think about that and going from that one to... Because even me and my thoughts on... And this isn't even issue 6 yet, which is how we've talked about we're going to give it 6 issues.
Yeah.
This one, I am more so than all the other ones. I'm looking forward to come issue 6, rereading them all again and seeing how, this is, like you just said, this is that story of like, oh no, this is that. Connect the dots.
And I don't expect that we'll see this woman with that crystal again in issue 6.
Yeah, no.
But each one of these things, I feel like, okay, Hickman's going to come back to that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I feel like the gardeners, I don't really care about them. Oh,
yeah.
But even then, it's fine. It's just all those issues in between of the Dawn of X has really it's like a wet blanket. A really heavy wet blanket.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I'm all trying to think of like what we still have left. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, really, for me, I'm really only connecting to X-Men, and even that is wishy-washy, but at least I know who it's driving force, that it's all going to connect, you know? I have, like you said, you trust in Hickman.
Yeah.
But it's X-Men and X-Force, and unfortunately Fallen Angel, with that just kind of being done. That's kind of where I'm standing, you know, like, and that we haven't even gotten all 6 issues, which is crazy, but that's just where, you know, if we're being bluntly honest with where our feelings are, or my feelings at least too, it's just, you made an even better point too, as far as if I was just to read these 5, and it's like, I'm not reading anything else, I had to wait a month and a half, 2 months, whatever. Maybe I pick up the 4th, you know, I could have read the 4th issue again before I read this, of course, but it still wouldn't have felt as much of information as far as, oh no, there's been, like you said, like 20 issues or so in between all of this.
Yeah, and even within the ups and downs of X-Men itself, with Hickman writing it, there's been at least a consistent tone.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same, it's got its own voice. I thought to myself, when we first saw Serafina go into the vault, I did say, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, that was a really lovely moment. And then Cyclops explaining what the vault was and what the world was. I thought, oh, poor Garen. Because Cyclops' explanation for the vault and the world wasn't good.
No.
Like, do you have any idea?
I actually skimmed over a lot of that in the tech page, just waiting for this moment, actually, because of all I got out of it was time is different in there. That's about it, probably. That's the difference of time, is like hundreds of years.
Yeah, when Professor X said, I promise you this is an absolute threat to mutant kind, it felt like it came out of nowhere. Like, what is an absolute threat?
Yeah.
I get it that's the master mold in Ecuador. Is that right? Like, it was that the vault was like part of. Yeah. But nothing was established, even for me.
No, it's.
And I felt like by the end of this issue, you remember, you said at the end of issue 3.
Yeah.
You should feel like, oh, I want more. You should not wonder why there isn't more.
Yeah.
When I got to that last page, I was like, I went back, I counted. There's 14 pages of story and art. Yeah. 6 pages of those inside the vault, which are kind of like 3 pages because it's mirror images and just different colors. And then 1 tech page. It felt like half of a comic.
Yeah, like that's also the thing too. You're setting the bar high if you're late.
It was gorgeous. It was such a joy. It was gorgeous. It
reminded me of
the art. How it was like, oh, this is so cool. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting back into it, and then it ended.
Yeah. The art and everything. You're like, oh, Silva, Gracia.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, this is why we're enjoying this. Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah. It's just, and again, it was so much information overload to where you're seeing this, you're like, oh, it's so many pretty colors. It's this. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm okay with the tech pages. I know this is, I'm prepared for this, but then, okay, there's another tech page. Okay, cool. All right, what's going on? And then it kind of just ends. It was like information overload, but not information.
Enough and the correct information to ground anything.
So much stuff, just random stuff that I'm like, I guess that makes sense, or like all these tech pages with things on it with like, and I'm sure it all comes back in some way, but even the medical report, I don't know. I'm trying to.
Who are these people? We've got what is it? It says reconnect to upgrade. Who, what, where, how?
I don't know.
It's rough.
Who is that person? Who are these? The only thing that I got for me, though, is getting them in there because they couldn't go through this teleport or force field to go into this area, because that's why they sent Wolverine and X-23, right?
Sync
Yep.
and Darwin.
So Sync and Darwin, which is cool because I feel like this is the first time I've been told what a mutant's powers were. Sync's abilities to copy other mutant powers. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for that.
And Darwin, was like, I can adapt.
Yep, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was cool to see Wolverine, at the beginning. It was refreshing everything, but it did ultimately, because I started to anticipate and get excited, disappoint. It ultimately disappointed because it reminded how great it was. And then it pulled the plug out before it went anywhere.
Which is even crazy to think. Like, I feel like the art and the colors were beautiful. And the reason we all got started on this Dawn of X experience, for the name we all love to love, Hickman. And that's the part of this issue that kind of fell short.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, cliffhanger. And even then, this is where my head kind of went for that whole 500 years and 37 years. And
did that mean that's how much time has passed and they've been in there for that long?
Once they do get out in 37 days or whatever it is, and 3 months and 5 days is when they'll be able to get them out again.
Okay. And that is...
But inside there, it'll be as though they've been in there for 537 years.
Okay. Well, in theory, Darwin can adapt to anything, potentially even old age. Sync could copy his, and if X-23 is a clone of Logan, she is immortal, just kind of Logan. So it's possible.
It's possible, but that's kind of, and I see, even though it was kind of like a ending, that was still one of the ones that it still made the most, as far as even Cyclops going, what have I done? Knowing how much time that is, like, and I'm like, if that number was maybe different, the 500, I'd be like, okay, is this going into the year 100? Is this going to
because
year
I did think the inside of the
1000?
Vault reminded me of Nimrod's 100-year future.
So it's
without
like,
question.
Are we going into that? And this is now like like that's the one thing that I was kind of trying to reach for in my own mind, as far as, maybe this is them going into that year that we learned about Empowers, and know.
I don't have much more to say about the issue. It felt like half of a comic. What was there, the half that was there, felt really cool, but it just feels like it's missing another half.
Yeah.
To me personally, I would give it a C. C.
Nice. I'll give it a B.
Okay.
I'll give it a B. What do you guys think? In the comic quality poll, A, B, C, D, or F, let us know. And if there's things we missed or something, let us know.
I would like to know, actually, if you guys figure out who these characters are. I know that Mike Carey wrote a run on X-Men with Chris Bachalo writing or drawing it, and I know that these characters are from that, and the Vault is, but they weren't reestablished enough for me to connect in any way and know anything. Like, let me know what's going on in this story. I would appreciate that.
Yeah. To be continued.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
Cool. Okay. Oh my god. I feel like I have to, like, when you're tired, the light affects you. It feels like I'm just like this. I feel like, yeah. All right, here we go.
To the kisses.
Yeah.
Get it.